Hi guys, as promised in my last video, I will be reviewing the next set of new Middle Eastern perfumes that I've been testing out lately. Actually, I thought I have six, but I only have five. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, today is going to be an exciting video because I have discovered amazing new Middle Eastern perfume releases. Having said that, let me start off with a banger. Now, this perfume I think is either released this year or late last year. However, I have only tried it recently. If you watch my previous video, you know that I have reviewed several Rayhaan perfumes, and actually I have tested a couple of them. So the perfume that I'm going to show you now is the perfume from Rayhaan that I ended up buying because it is that good. This is Jungle Vibe. Guys, how come I've only discovered it recently? This is such a beautiful and elegant mm, green, creamy, woody scent. So in the opening, I find it quite citrusy and green because of the fig and bergamot in here. I will say the fig is not a typical super green edible kind of fig. The fig in here is kind of like just a fig leaf and the fruits itself unopened. So it's not that juicy, but it's green and fresh. And along with that citrus, it's quite uplifting. As it dries down, the aquatic notes kind of pick through, joining the fig and the bergamot. It's a kind of perfume that takes you to different stages. The final dry down of this perfume is basically all about a creamy sandalwood, something aquatic and watery, and then green figs. Absolutely beautiful, and actually one of my best perfume discoveries from the Middle Eastern market this year. Performance is outstanding as well on this one, as it lasts and it gives me a beautiful scent bubble the entire wear time. And this is something that I can see myself using as a signature scent. It is unisex. Now, I mentioned unisex, but I think it's kind of leaning more feminine leaning because of how creamy and sweet the sandalwood is done in here. It is an absolute banger. And yeah, if you think we have the same taste, you're gonna love Jungle Vibes. Smells more expensive than what it is. Like it can easily pass as a niche perfume, and I truly enjoy this perfume so much. I will also add the fig in here is not like too realistic. It's just green enough to give this fragrance that uplifting vibes. It's so beautiful, and I highly recommend it. I think this is one of my top five Middle Eastern perfume discoveries this year. Okay, so apparently this is duping Dries Van Noten Santal Greenery. I haven't tried that perfume yet, so I don't want to compare them side by side. But all I know is that Santal Greenery is very expensive. I think it's around 300 euros. And Jungle Vibes is what, like around 30? Really worth your penny, guys, and I highly recommend it, especially if you love creamy sandalwood scents. This is more of like a fig woody scent that is very uplifting and bright. Once again, a gorgeous unisex perfume from Rayhaan, Jungle Vibes, and I'm gonna rate this perfume a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason why I'm not giving a 10 out of 10 is that because it is a dupe of something, so meaning it's not an original creation. But then I think this is an absolute banger because I kind of like hurried to purchase a full bottle after testing it out. Next up is once again from Rayhaan, and this is the last perfume that I tried from the brand, and this is called Tonquin Giza. I only have a 5 ml decant because I wasn't sure if I'm gonna like it or not. So Tonquin Giza is a very straightforward, spicy, powdery almond and tonka combo with a little bit of cacao dusting on top. It is very powdery to the point that it kind of smells like vintage. I'm gonna categorize this fragrance as a little bit mature, as some people call it, as like grandma perfume. I hate that word. So yeah, that's what I mean by mature, just for you to understand. Anyway, it is a beautiful scent, definitely. If you are into powdery almonds and tonka, you will definitely love this perfume. I think the cacao nuance that I'm getting from here gave it that pumped up vintage vibe. So it's kind of like reminding me of my dad, or like something like 70s, like 60s style. Like, I can tell that it has good quality. However, it's not something that I would love to smell like, but it is something that I will give to my dad, because there's something about it that feels nostalgic and quite luxurious actually. I can imagine like the 70s, that time. Beautiful scent. However, not my style. I love anything almond and tonka combo in a perfume. However, this smells like too vintage for my style, and also very masculine as well. Yeah, I appreciate the scent. However, not for me, but something that I will gift to my dad, as this is definitely giving luxury, old money vibes. And yeah, just to give you like a general description of how it smells like, imagine almond and cacao powder together, grounded by powdery tonka and vanilla in the base. It is quite spiced as well. And I'm talking about, something like cardamom, but just a little bit, not too much. This is still more of like a powdery tonka and almond scent plus the cacao. Out of all the perfumes in today's video, this is the strongest. So yeah, having said that, still, even if this perfume is not for me, I'm gonna give Tonquin Giza an 8 out of 10. All right, the last three perfumes are new releases from Lattafa, and I'm so excited to let you guys know my thoughts about them. Starting off with Dalal. I think this is also released this year. I only have a sample size. This is a beautiful, fruity, floral scent, very designer perfume like, very likable. I think this will be loved by many. So it has prominent apple, mandarin, jasmine, ylang ylang, musk, and sweet vanilla. This is a very familiar DNA. When I received it, I didn't really know what exactly it is duping. However, I'm quite sure that it is from the designer's market. And yeah, I'm correct, because this is a solid dupe of Million Gold for Her. Now, I don't own that perfume, but I recently tested it in my recent trip to the mall. And guys, this is like very similar. Um, I will say, if you love that fruity floral DNA of Paco Rabanne, you will definitely enjoy Dalal. This is more of like a floral than a fruity scent. And the kind of floral in here is like white and yellow flowers. So not just white, not just yellow, but both, making this fragrance really floral centered. So the most prominent notes to me are jasmine, ylang ylang, and apple, grounded by sweet vanilla and musk in the base, along with the oak moss that kind of like give this fragrance that fresh greenness nuance. It is a beautiful scent, and yeah, as mentioned, very likable. Performance is very good, as this perfume lasted me the entire wear. It is a kind of dupe that I will recommend. For example, if you are looking for a very good dupe of Paco Rabanne's Million Gold for Her, because they're very, very similar, and the quality is like almost, or if not the same. So yeah, having said that, guys, I'm not sure if I even mentioned the name. This is Dalal by Lattafa, another banger in my opinion. If you're into fruity floral scent, you will definitely enjoy this, and I'm gonna give this fragrance a 9 out of 10. Right, next up is something that I get curious because one of you recommended this perfume in one of my videos. This is one of Lattafa's new releases, and this is called Jouri. Now, I didn't know what to expect about this perfume. Actually, when I saw the bottle, like I was kind of like, not really sure if I'm gonna like it. Yeah, it's just not giving the vibe. However, when I tried it, I find it so pretty. Very feminine. Another fruity floral scent that smells very uplifting. Now, this to me is a cherry, dragon fruit, raspberry, peony, and frangipani scent. So, having said that, there's something tropical about it, but at the same time, the cherry is very prominent, and I love cherry in fragrances. So having said that, this is like a big love for me, and I cannot stop sniffing my wrist when I tested out this fragrance. That yes, this is something that I would love to own a bottle. And yeah, apparently this is duping Carolina Herrera's La Bomba. Now, I have tried that perfume. I kind of liked it a lot when I was testing out perfumes in duty free. However, I didn't purchase a bottle because I own Fayora. Oops, Fayora Oshino. So I have tested these two side by side, Jouri and Fayora Oshino. They're both duping La Bomba, but I think I prefer Jouri more because of that cherry note. This is such a beautiful, light, airy, wearable spring and summer scent. I think if you also enjoy cherry and peony in fragrances, you're gonna love this perfume. The peony and water lily in here gave this fragrance that lightness and airiness that I am enjoying so much. In the base, it has that sweet but not cloying vanilla tonka patchouli combo that actually gave this fragrance longevity. I really enjoyed the scent. So thank you to that subscriber who recommended Jouri because this is an absolute banger. I'm gonna rate this perfume a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it if you are into cherry and peony scents. Now, let me just clarify the cherry that I get from here has nothing to do with Tom Ford. Okay, so having said that, not syrupy at all or nothing like cherry flavored vitamins. The cherry in here is kind of like a cherry lollipop, like that kind. Not too sweet though, and I just love it. Yeah, Jouri by Lattafa is a 9 out of 10 for me. Highly recommended if you're looking for something beautiful, feminine, uplifting, cherry and peony combo from the Middle Eastern market. All right, and last but not the least is the reason why I actually bought a lot of Middle Eastern perfume samples because I was really curious about this perfume. This is called Anna Abiyedh Passion. Passion or Passion? No, I think it's Passion because it's double S. Anyway, I only got a 5 ml, and you guys, this perfume is a beautiful, dainty kind of scent. It is pretty. So let me read you the notes. It has passion fruit, bergamot, coconut, caramel, mahonial, magnolia, rosifolia, cashmeran, musk vanilla, tonka bean, and ambro fix. Now, at first spray, it is more of like a sweet and clean smelling musky scent with passion fruit. I was definitely reminded of Anna Abiyedh Poudre. I will say that is the base of this perfume. And if you're not familiar with Anna Abiyedh Poudre, it is a beautiful, musky vanilla scent that is powdery. So it is the base of this perfume with an added passion fruit and caramel in the dry down. Now, the caramel in here is not too sweet and cloying, but I get it when I put my nose on the sprayed area. It is very light, very airy. It's kind of like a whimsical scent. And the passion fruit in here on my skin doesn't really stay for a very long time. And the opening is not the same in the final dry down, because that kind of like soury passion fruit dissipates, and I'm left with the light caramel sweet vanilla musk combo, along with something soft florals. I think it's the mahonial, because that mahonial note is also present. One of my favorite Lattafa perfumes, Musamam White Intense. So I'm getting hints of that. So I get the soft floral vibes, the sweet and clean vanilla musk combo in the base with a touch of passion fruit. This is a very likable and mass appealing scent in my opinion. And just in case you're wondering if it's similar to Armani Power of You, no. Power of You is such a warm, sweet scent, very powerful and potent, whereas Anna Abiyedh Passion is very light, airy, kind of like whimsical, pretty kind of scent. Now, the perfume that it kind of reminds me of is actually Fiora by Paris Corner. So I tested them side by side. They are definitely giving the same vibes, okay? Because Fiora has a prominent passion fruit as well. So Anna Abiyedh Passion to me is kind of like giving Fiora vibes, but the passion fruit is not that strong, and it doesn't have violet as well. If you love Fiora, you will definitely love Anna Abiyedh Passion. To me, they're very similar, but not redundant to own both. I'm just saying they have the same vibes. And if you love Fiora, you will like Passion as well. And if you love Fiora, however, you find the passion fruit there too um, strong or like soury on your skin, check out Anna Abiyedh Passion. I think you will enjoy this more. I don't think this is duping another perfume, even if it reminds me of Anna Abiyedh Poudre, Fiora, even kind of like Dama Bianca by Sergioff. Same vibes, but not really duping, in my opinion. And if you love the perfumes that I mentioned, you probably will like Anna Abiyedh Passion as well. This is a beautiful release, and I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10. So that is the video for today, guys. Those are the new Middle Eastern perfumes that I've been testing out lately. Let me know your thoughts about these perfumes. If you like them, you hate them, let us all know in the comments down below. And if you're interested for honest opinions and thoughts about Middle Eastern perfume releases, I'm gonna link a compilation of the reviews that I made in my channel in here. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!